Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway.
This one fielded at the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Tampa Bay's offense set to take the field. And, of course, at quarterback, 23-year veteran who's had a Hall of Fame career several times over, the great Tom Brady.
I guess we have to nickname him the thrower, aren't we, or something like that.
After last week?
I mean, man, you're talking about over 400 yards throwing the ball. The running backs and everyone else may be looking at him like, hey, don't forget us. And he probably just tell him, listen, you want to get involved?
Go out.
Go out and catch some passes. I'll make sure you touch it.
And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. The rushing numbers for Fournette from last week, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Here's Brady. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett.
And the Niners are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there.
Lance now on 1st down.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, partner, this offense 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night 38-24 to the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd of '85. But then they never lose again.
Because they were playing the Dolphins, and the Dolphins were protecting their franchises. Undefeated season of 1972, that team. And you know what that team does. They love to celebrate the fact that they still are the only one to get through an entire NFL season that way. That was Dan Marino's 3rd year, playing under the great Don Shula, and they were motivated to keep that franchise's record intact.
Lance now on 1st down. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and make down.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. The same target, same result. It's Kittle.
And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4. Still 3 yards short. 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. The first time out, they had the interception. That stopped their drive 3 points the other way, so now they work from behind.
They do, but he's got to walk out on the field like he's working from ahead. All right, he's got to walk out like, hey, I just threw a touchdown pass, because all eyes on his team.
Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner.
And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
From the 6. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. He's had a great season, plenty of touchdown passes, but that last throw, not one of his finer moments, as it was returned for a touchdown on the pick six. Now he starts again here, 1st and 10. Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10
at their own 21. After the pick six, they go right back to the air.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver. So no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Brady, Jones has it. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Now Brady. And that is incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Taken from just outside the 30.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs, so a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right? In preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance. Oh, what a catch by Samuel.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. 2 choke plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
That is one heck of a catch right there. Got his eye on it the whole way and able to make the grab one-handed. Very nicely done, and for a nice chunk of yardage, too.
Here's Lance.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on? And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year.
And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Back now comes Tampa Bay.
They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10.
Hey, that's a no-score zone right here. No-score zone. Get the ball, defense.
Brady now to throw.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
To throw again on 2nd down. Brady.
And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin.
The 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Chris Godwin.
His 11th touchdown of the year.
And the strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw pulled in by Kittle. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On 1st down, Lance. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Well, this defense for the Buccaneers, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
This one caught by Kittle. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. After one, 17-7 is our score. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. They'll find Ayuk open right side. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal. Here's Lance to throw it to the end zone, but it's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Lance to throw for it on 4th down. That is caught by the tight end Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the 49ers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Gold with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The attention shifting back to Chris Godwin and the rest of the Tampa offense. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Brady going to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
Throwing is Brady on third down. Complete to Jones. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33.
Fourth down, so Jake Camarda is out there.
.37 yards on the punt with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. As we roll on here in the month of December, Week 14 coming up tonight. We got a good one in the AFC West. Get the Parkas out, Kansas City and Denver from the frigid Empower Stadium at Mile High. And then tomorrow night you can turn those Parkas in for some shorts, golf polos, and flip-flops. Monday Night Football in Arizona. Patriots, Cardinals, 8:15 Eastern. Off of play action, here's Lance.
They'll let this go for the end zone.
That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Now goal for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10.
Brady. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Inside handoff now to Fournette. Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They keep it with Fournette on 1st down. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now.
Brady out route, and the ball is caught by Godwin. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a...
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. Past the 20.
Down the sideline he goes.
And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown.
Charles, they are putting on a show right now. I mean, with that fumble return for the touchdown, you think about the size of this advantage. Heck, it's a 4-score game right now, and we're still in the first half.
And that has to be the highlight, Brandon, with how infrequently we see fumbles return to the house. But if you aren't inclined to play so far, you do have no shortage of alternatives to select from. This has been nothing short of a clinic. And as noted, we still have a half a ball to play.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Mike Evans of the Tampa offense about to set up shop.
They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us. But sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw here into the hands of Jones.
And he'll be...
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all review.
What was that? Are you kidding me?
Throwing on first down is Brady. He completes it to Evans. 20! And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Now Brady. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Julio Jones. A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Buccaneers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point put through by Succop. And the lead is down to 24.
And they'll accept that penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
Here's McLeod from his end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Taking a shot for Samuel. And got his man complete.
And he's going to get this down near the 25. On play action, Lance. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there, as that's batted down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. The kick by Gold is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Take it in at the 3. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well, as we are back and started in the second half. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
A CD after this game, there will be 4 weeks left in the regular season. So this is far from the final version of what we'll see come January, more of a first draft, if you will, as all these teams fight for a better position.
And you pointed it out so accurately there, Brandon. 4 weeks left in the regular season, and then the playoffs officially.
So for Kyle Shanahan, he had it right, as the challenge is a good one. Lance now on first down.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield, because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
This is caught, and he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 75 yards receiving forward down. It's a first down.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him first and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a second time. And
that is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game.
And the Niners take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gold now to kick it away.
This one fielded at the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard.
As the Buccaneers offense, they get their first reps of the second half.
Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10
at their own 20-yard line.
He'll begin with a give to Fournette to start the drive.
And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll run it again with Fournette. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. To throw is Brady. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Deebo Samuel trotting out with his offense to start this next drive.
And I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup, but over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good. And I think what really makes it special is when games like this are occurring, it's not just getting locked in and in the zone and on a roll. It's continuing to adjust throughout the game because, you know, the defense is kicking coverages towards him, trying their best to slow him down, and he keeps getting the better of him.
Yeah, whatever they've done, it hasn't worked. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
And Lance will try again on 2nd down. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by Levante David.
And the Bucs are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On the draw, this is Fournette. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
From the gun, it's Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Brady. And a catch right side by Evans. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
5 yards remain on 2nd down.
Here's Brady. Dumps it off to Fournette. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Brady to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Succop's kick is good.
Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact,
back now here in Santa Clara. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now a dump off here complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Here's Lance.
He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Throwing on first down is Lance.
And that's caught inside the 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Lance looking to throw it.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
Touchdown, 49ers.
Deebo Samuel.
His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the 49ers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Gold with the extra point, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Bucs now.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
The offense on 3rd down, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Delivering a pass here to Evans on the out route.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Brady. And his throw's going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And this is caught by Evans.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
From midfield, here's Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. On first down, Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jason Verrett.
And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, this has been another impressive display by this undefeated team, Charles, and it looks like they're going to stay that way after this one.
Yeah, one of the league's best offenses. They've stayed on brand in this contest because they continue to look good at what they do. Just added a late touchdown. Now they're really hammering home just how good they've been all year long, letting the rest of the league take notice.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Brady to throw.
Finding Otten once more.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing now is Brady.
To Evans on the slant. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. That's on Shaq Mason, the guard.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Brady now to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. Now a play fake. Lance.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
They fake the handoff. Now Lance.
He's going to try and go deep again. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Play action. Now it's Lance. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Mike Edwards picks it off. And the Buccaneers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high.